Oh yeah, in a matter. Now we putting up stronger one. Miss Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We praise not a shame. TV, talking points platform. Then they give you information about salon. TV, talking points platform. Yes, Family, I want to welcome back to yet another very important segment where they can through the Talking Points platform. Today, the 21st of February 2021, my name is Mohamed Kabo, and the topic we get here today now something well related to body one. As like you know, every Sunday we bring interesting programs in there we related to well body. And needless for I mention this, we all know say well body na gently. Without well body, we would do nothing. And white man they can get one parable, they can say prevention is better than cure. We also mean say master sneaky it before he bet you. Salon, we don't suffer too much in terms of disease then. Starting from malaria, we're up till now unable to control. If Saloma not gonna to where the freight safe, one thing we then call Ebola, Saloma respect and freedom because we know what he do. He ravage the economy, destroy the economy. Bad one. And top of this, with precious lives then. With papa there, with mama there, with brothers there, with sisters there, with good friends there. In a very short period of time, when Ebola starts na March, we start na Guinea, March. Before you remember, it can inside Liberia, from Liberia, it can inside Saloon. Within a very short span, more than 11,300 people have lost their lives. That's the danger of this particular sickness. But the reason why we decided to bring on this program, because the same place where Ebola emerged, the same place back don't get confirmed cases there. Not to like guess safe, confirmed cases and from Guinean authorities then. From the last time we checked, about 10 people and then confirmed, say they get about by the internet, 4 to 5 of them they already die. And sickness can spread from one place to another and quickly. Now the world they battle with coronavirus. I start now from China, one small place we can call Wuhan. From there, I spread across the world. Then put we lockdown 1 week, another 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, over under 1 month, open, no open, we all day in disarray. So this for we Salon is very personal. Why? Because we're not strong as a country. We health system, we crumble. Of course, we need to talk about the economy. But again, we responsibility now, how we go do based on the lesson, the harsh reality lessons there, painful lessons that we don't learn. How we will use a lesson if we learn, we get a repeat of what's in the happen back there. So that make we bring on this program for now pay attention, for now listen, for now share, because this now for me and you, now for your brother, now for your sister, now for your mama, now for your papa, now for we all as Sierra Leoneans. We all get to rule. Now for help me talk this talk better one. They with me colleagues and they with Dr. Alpha, we manager Naya, station manager, and are they with Arthur Gaba. Yes, Doc, you will say hi to people who are listening around the world.
I'm Famulem Ona. Good evening and welcome again to Talking Points platform and the program Health Corner.
Yes, Arthur na medical lab scientist. We get extensive knowledge in terms of testing regarding HIV, coronavirus now. All these are experts anyway. And the few scientists that will get us alone, and we're blessed for at least getting at the program. Yes, Arthur, you can greet family when they listen around the world. All right, they go straight to you, Arthur. Given this terrible news from Guinea, walk me through what are the current situation? Una as medical people and the government, they monitor for see what they happen?
Well, firstly, like the imagine of Ebola now like a distraction, to the nation, because preparedness, for tackle disease and all, it can be technical, understand it. So a shock to Sierra Leone, because at some point the government is trying to manage COVID, and we see all drama when bring in the restrictions, the movement, economic wise, and so like a somehow too tight for the government for handle, though few well-bodied people and where they up there say then get them under control because of the past experience, so we don't get, and all the preparedness and all. I can tell you for free, 100%, I don't think say Salon too ready for reimagine of Ebola. We're not too ready because we get COVID at hand, we get Ebola, we want for coming to the country, you understand it? I don't think say we're too ready for them that saga at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Doc, with all we can to you. We understand, so we get suspected case. And again, some authorities and say, well, they're not to confirm. Well, some say na Ebola, you get Ebola symptom. Walk me through about this case, because now one of the main things we decide for come online, because now so begin he say, oh, one person don't get time. I mean, it's not lie, not so true, not so true. Even the health workers back then, there was misinformation, it's come out of control. So now that we don't get this suspect case of Ebola in the country, where we understand against it and say not to him, but walk we through by how we understand this thing according to the information we get.
Well, somewhere last week, I see press release from the Ministry of Health and Sanitation of Sierra Leone, and with regard to the suspected case now, I think they call the place Banka, Chief Don Apugeon District, as in a military battalion, 14th battalion, I guess, in which they describe the person, say, get signs them akin to Ebola virus and all that, but McFarlane also said the person don't passed away, and then try for do send rapid response team there and do some testing and all. And so far, we get reports say a come back negative, although the person signs and symptoms we exhibit fall under the classification of WHO Ebola classification, but with the testing and given the person in travel history, then say it come back negative. So if not like that, it be, we thank God so much that it be negative, because as my colleague already don't say, we're not prepared as a nation for tackle Ebola. Yes, we don't get past experiences them, but believe say anybody in a medical post, we know how strenuous we system be. Say we are not prepared for that, and we can only hope, say, if even when this case don't be negative, we continue for maintenance, so, and the authorities them and we the people of Sierra Leone, we do the needful, the things that we will do, and some of the things that we will self go profile. We not get the direct power. When I make we get media, we self go try for profile some form of solutions moving forward.
All right, thank you very much. Now, the most important parts right now the prevention aspect. Now, I thought you now medical scientists, we don't do a lot of testing. How equipped, because this is not going to say again, if once we don't begin get this suspected, you understand, we don't know what's going to happen along the line. How equipped in the case, especially like we mentioned, no more, we get this sort of like very tight condition of the corona. Corona right now, they ravage the health system, they ravage the country, and this they come back very slow. How equipped are we in terms of testing first?
So like testing, first thing, now PCR, they do the whole process. When I polymerize chain reaction, they testing kits they, personnel and they, the very personnel and way they do the corona testing, and the very personnel safe way can do the Ebola testing. But if you look at manpower, you understand? If you ask for equipped, not so in terms of testing. Testing a whole bag. So like one, you need the personnel. Two, you need we get what we call the kits, testing kits. Three, the personnel will do the work, you need PPs, personal protective equipment, gears for protecting self, making not infecting self, I mean not infect environment. So the use of testing. Yes, but me challenge and me worry back then na personnel, because PCR procedure na a whole long procedure. Forget this for confirm this, say this person a positive of this or a negative of that. Na a whole procedure, and I don't deal with colleagues that when they work by shift. And salon, I can tell you, we not get that much of a personnel for if per adventure Ebola strike back na salon. How we go able to manage coronavirus and Ebola in terms of testing capacity? That gets to be a very big challenge. And for the kit side, as I say, day, yes, that's for sure. Then in terms of PPEs, when Corona strike back na salon, Ebola, I can tell you, we run out of PPEs, gloves, disposable gloves, rather. We didn't wash the wash hand and add alcohol at the hand. Make you see how pathetic it be. You understand it? So testing not can be the issue, but the things that we for use for do the testing now in the issue. Imagine hospitals then can day, gloves not the day. Hospitals then can day, alcohol not the day, chlorine not the day, chlorine for disinfection.
And
you don't get disposable gowns.
The health workers then at the same time.
Of course, like we do good, then at the end of the day, then danger will save your life. So like the situation that too day. Yes, and capacity wise, as I said earlier on, we're not ready for that yet. I can tell you that for free. We're not ready for the second phase of Ebola. Preparedness wise, I'm not gonna tell you say we're ready. Because even the Lily COVID-19, we're not as fatal as as Ebola. We're able for deal with them in terms of PPs, you understand? So I don't know what of Ebola we in toxic past coronavirus.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So preparedness wise, I can tell you so prepare. More especially when it comes to PPs. Yeah.
All right, family, if you just join me, this are the program where we bring Cantona because of the suspected case of Ebola. Ebola don't come back na Guinea. And if you remember, now they come out way because very serious problem around the Mano River. My name is Mohamed Kabo, me the CEO and founder of the Talking Point platform. With me now the studios, I deal with me station manager, when Dr. Alpha, and we deal with the senior scientist, when med Ato Gaba. Yeah, Doc, let's go straight to you. Given this particular fairness, where people are in terms of where they do extensive testing now, then they even say not to the testing, now the equipment there. Of course, we see the problem along the line where health workers and the car all over, they don't get protective equipment there. What you go advise salon people there? Because, like I mentioned, this is about prevention. We're not going to left everything to government. No, you get a role, me get a role, we all get a role. What are the things that we go suggest to the simple things that we go suggest to Sierra Leoneans with them for abide to, where at least will save them in case?
Yeah, well, there are things the Sierra Leonean people get for do because, as you say, not to everything we get for left to government. But there are very limited ways also the Sierra Leonean people get for do because a lot of the things get for do with the authorities, the ministry, to be honest. So in this case here, my colleague don't talk already with regards to the PPE, personal protective equipment, how available we don't get there. Because if you remember, Sierra Leone, we always they blessed in one kind way for then tragedy there. If you remember the first phase of Ebola, even this corona, we get them late, but we not already don't prepare. God is sometimes like God knows say let not take them unawares, but always we know they make use. But people are not get Ebola from corona long time before Sierra Leone we get them. I think the last April or May or so. But again, before Jaco de Cotia, you don't really say we not get glove, we not get personal equipment, you not get this, you not get this. So it's high time the authorities then step up, because this Ebola, it's much more worse. We know what we don't do with people in that sub-region there. So I believe say government now for look at how we for man we borders them, how we for man we borders we in Guinea, we in Liberia, and how we get for cooperate with the authorities. Then by cooperation, I mean honest cooperation, because if you look now, a lot of countries in America, for one, they accuse China, say they were not honest about the COVID stuff. So we get for cooperate with Guinea, but make sure say we ambassadors, then they get genuine facts and information. We cooperate with them now, we on side of the border and na they on side of the border, in and out movement of people. Maybe possible now for do temperature checking, maybe now for put places where people go wash their hand and water, advert about the sickness within them border area then day, because now we entry points in the one in day where you go protect the people because say what you may, not to everybody they hear waiting government in press release or waiting we get for say, but government get a responsibility for make sure say them protect the people. So for start with now between we border, both now we side and Guinea side, make sure say immense checking day of anybody where they feel sick, temperature checking.
Yeah, just for kind time. We get a problem right now with, we just try to solve one problem with Guinea regarding the election will pass with the accused Sierra Leone and say that they're meddling inside the political affairs. We get the Ayenge issue, and now we get this tough time. How we going to approach them people here? Because again, if we want to be tough for say, Lord, close the border just because of this, and I will feel more. And again, if we left her and one more like tell them, say, look, we're not going for the tell we the reality, we're not going for open up. You know, Guinea, they always they feel big man. You know, when they come to Salon, they always feel like, but whatever, they understand. They're in a very difficult situation. How this will play?
Well, if I can come in, maybe Mr. Arthur to go out more. For me, this not only an health emergency, as you rightly say, Mr. Med. We both a diplomatic one and an economic one. Diplomatic one, in a sense, we just settle with them people where with the issue na yenga. We for don't cause war between we countries. Just last week we get bilateral visitations and sending of letter and try for bring something, and the border don't be open, I think 2 days ago. The second phase now economic. If we say we want close the border now, first it hurts even we own Salon economy, because we know say we depend so much on Guinea. Now there we people in the go buy business. 90% of business people in a Salon are Guinea, then they go for go buy business. And the Guineans too go be angry that you see them people here, small, something don't begin come, they don't close border, maybe not the beefing because of here. So it's a very difficult situation. So the best case for now, if what push can to shove, we get for lock with border. But the best case scenario now, as I say, work with the Guinean authorities, make sure say both now we end and the end, there is prevention where people enter, maybe washing of hands. Mr. Gaba go through more lights they're waiting for you, maybe washing of hands and checking of temperature, educate people in and out. But to your earlier point, also within Sierra Leonean people get for Nona, we get for be honest with this disease. We know how we don't kill, we get experience. Let people relearn also waiting at the signs and symptoms of this Ebola. If you see somebody who be non-travel, go Guinea, go Liberia, it can host, it is sick, it is manifest them here. The number they for call authorities them, stay apart from that person there. And try for call authorities them, but for begin keep pepper doctor now so this thing go just spread. Government not go able can we all host to host, they come and do searching. It's up to we when we see suspected cases, especially if we know say somebody been done travel recently. Go na then kind IX areas then they for call authorities.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, Ato, what are the similarities between, you know, I don't play with NTR. What are the similarities between Ebola and coronavirus? How we go quickly detect?
So physically, as my brother don't say, there are things so called signs and symptoms. So if you look at physical signs and symptoms, the signs and symptoms for coronavirus or COVID-19 different from Ebola. So like coronavirus na respiratory disease, whereas Ebola na something we get to do with hemorrhagic fever. So hemorrhage, like the person you will be, it must bleed, you know, like fever na in common between the two. Fever, vomiting, sweating, loss of appetite. But one big difference between the two, the bleeding side of Ebola, where coronavirus no gets, Then though ask me that, my brother talk something about awareness. So and honesty. You see one thing about Solomon, my brother, Solomon, we're not honest, we're dishonest. Because I remember some time back, now the very border them, when they say them for lock the border, there is this thing called point of entry. So anybody where they come out na neighboring country, come na your country, na like point of entry that outside the border there. So then we put soldier man in there, my brother. The very soldier man who then say them for check Guineans them, then they take money na people hand and allow them for come inside salon. Tell me true. Life. Salon, they risk their life and can risk people in the very country for that too for pain they go give them.
Potentially, it's your family self. Your family.
Yes. Make you see the selfishness of Solomon.
Yeah, their sickness are not the peak, the peak face. The peak.
Rich old Boris Johnson, British Prime Minister, they get COVID-19.
Yeah.
And they look.
Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump.
Exactly. As my brother say, awareness na in fine. Now different homes them, mama, papa create awareness na the home. Now offices them, bosses, managers create awareness na the office. You understand? Now we churches them, we mosque them. People need for create awareness. Before this awareness they reach na border, make it don't circulate well within the country, Then when person they come inside now, you go tell and say, they don't tell me say na so and so. So if Mega want to just come out Guinea come, I begin see it gets then kind of signs and symptoms. I go just discuss it. We need to avoid them and need for call authority. But one key thing again, negligence. Because this awareness for create and negligence. Some man not get time for listening radio, some man not get time for look TV, some man not get time for watch newspaper, even the very WhatsApp. And for send flippant things and they refuse for adhere to necessary information. Always they go care about now for passing wrong information. You understand? Yes. And so awareness, creating awareness, sensitize the people, more especially in a point of entry zone. The border between Salon, Guinea, Salon, Liberia, therefore ensure and enforce strict measures, you understand, so that person will come out that they encounter now. As my brother say, God so like you. Because look, Corona, it take time if Corona can happen. But out of negligence, the one sleep post Solomon sleep, then it can say boom. And a God, because if the one Corona be they kill people in more Italy, France, Germany. Salon me for sure.
If you enter with that way, it will cause huge population. We're too small, so
I tell you, man. Boku people and go. So awareness.
All right. Thank you very much. So the end program here, we can make it short because we want to let people get time for watch and over so that they go learn. You understand? So Doc, let me just give few lines there. I want to because the reason why they look at the preventive aspect because the health experts there don't tell me boku times. And when I say aware about that, say most of the time, most of the diseases that they get as human being now from Rwanda, because there was one hand washing during Ebola time, it was prevalent. Everybody they talk about it, but immediately after Ebola done, people then go back to normal. They forget about hand washing. When Corona come, they talk about hand washing. And so technically, it's not about Corona, it's not about Ebola. It's about every day now, just basic hygiene because we get so many bacteria that the hand that make hand washing is very important. So, in as much as we not get enough nothing in the country for fat extra something like this for camp, I want to a little bit stress on the common thing. These are the basic things where anybody fits do for himself. How important is hand washing when it comes to disease in general?
Oh yes, Mr. Med, as you self already know, you don't host me on this show. We don't talk about hand washing before. Just like as Mr. Arthur says, Sierra Leoneans, they we hardly listen program like that. Why we prefer for listen frivolous things then send in our WhatsApp. We don't talk about hand washing, sleeping, and so many other things that the basic things that if you want to live long life. Nearly 90% of diseases, then tropical diseases, then get to do with microorganisms, bacteria, virus, a lot of things, the cholera, the diarrhea, the corona and all. Just basic hygiene for wash your hand with soap. You go toilet, you go piss, wash your hand with water and soap. You come on walk, transport, you church, domot, you just wash your hand. We get that basic culture for the wash your hand. It will help you in so many diseases there, not only corona or the Ebola. But being that now we get corona in the country, Ebola they can knock the door, and being that we know how we've bordered and porous, we health care system not good. Now thing where people and for taking out very, very serious hygiene. Wash you are not only if you travel to and from Guinea. Make sure say we the wash we and we create that awareness like Mr. Gaba say within we home about corona, about Ebola, waiting at the signs and symptoms. Wash you and because now we don't get much for do, especially when it comes to Ebola. We not to get much for do.
Yeah.
Wash your hand and be vigilant. That's I believe say if we do that one day, and I don't say na my last question, I wrap up, government step up, even if we not get confirmed cases yet, make sure say we don't get excess, I repeat, excess PPE. Don't they? We know the pre camo, it don't they you get for protect the staff, the medical personnel there. We get very little. Enough kits and supplies. Don't they? Testing kits and other things. We don't they like so German, the battalion, we don't ready. If we come, that small case we get an answer. If you not again, the thing then they now we own in April.
Yeah. All right. So thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Gaba, you go say last word, and if you get anything for wrap up in terms of hygiene, because I think this one we all get good one. This not basic opportunity for everybody.
Yes, Miss Salom, brother and sister, the mama, papa, uncle, auntie, sister, brother. Let me open your eye. As you can say, open your eye like Oriwi. Let you see far. As doctor don't say, now was an is simple water. We need to pay boku money for water, but to go pay boku money if you allow you know was an Ebola come to the country. So let me wash your hand. Let me open your eye well one and look now with surrounding and let me not be selfish. And that's all I get for say.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Fambulen, now so the program they come to you at corner. Remember this program they come every Sunday to you. This is our own contribution they give back to Mama Salon for we support the health system. The program about Ebola, where we suspect na Salon, but according to the experts there, they say not to Ebola, even though the symptoms and fever Ebola. Now the takeaway, if you not get nothing self-way benefit from this program, please, Miss Salon family, now listen to the experts there. This is simple. It's simple. Wash your hand. They say just wash your hand. Wash your hand. Now the statistics will even doc say over 90% of tropical disease they come up from the hand. So you can imagine. So many that if you wash your hand, you know they're sick, or at least you don't save. You don't prevent yourself from getting for nothing sick. So let me wash one. Talk to your sister. Talk to your family. Talk to your Pekin. Let this be like a basic necessity. It's not about Ebola. It's not about corona. It's about all germs, all bacteria. We need for taking that information. Very important. Remember, well, body, now, we all know how we country day. So no, we don't make carelessness until something come way with the pray to go let not happen. So we tap here and we hope for soon again next week with another very important program, na Talking Point. Again, don't forget for subscribe na YouTube This program can play back on YouTube now. TPP Leone, very important. The information we can put on YouTube, we not can put here. So if you want to get more information about certain things, African issues, the world issues, music, just go now YouTube and subscribe to TPP Leone. Now free. You're not going to pay nothing for that. Until then, I wish you a good night and my name is Mohamed Kabo. Goodbye.
Live? It is show live here. Okay, don't go off. Oh, it's still live?